I'm Miranda Dickinson. Welcome to my writing room. So this little corner of the room is my office. That's because the rest of the room, which I'm not going to show you, is absolutely full of baby stuff at the moment, and it is going to be Flo's bedroom. But for the moment, this is where I write. This is where I'll Take New York was written. And it's just kind of my little sanctuary. For ages I wrote on a sofa in a one-bedroom flat, and so when I moved into this house, just to have a spare room was amazing. You can see that I have twinkly lights because you need twinkly lights. I don't know why, it just makes me smile. I think anything that makes you smile when you're writing is a really good thing. So I'm going to show you around the various bits that are on this very, very small corner of my house where I do my writing. So this is my candle. I like to have a candle. I've just started doing this actually the last couple of books. I like having a candle lit. I don't know why. It smells nice and it looks nice and it kind of helps. And I think when you're writing, anything that does help is a good thing. Now they say every writer has a muse. I have three. Just going to introduce them to you. This is Diego. I don't quite know why. I think just because he does a little bit of a boogie. There's not much sun out at the moment, but he does actually boogie quite a lot. Ram, just because I like sheep. And this is Wal, which is obviously a coaster, which is where my cup of coffee normally goes. I do drink a lot of tea and coffee when I write. And it's kind of, they make me smile. And I think that helps as well when you're writing, just to have things that are fun. And then I got this a while ago, and I actually really... I love that quote. I just think it's brilliant, and especially the last couple of years have been such a roller coaster for me that it's really nice to have that around. And I'm a big believer in having words that inspire you. This is my chandelier. This is so I can pretend that I have this huge, very expensive writing office when it's actually the spare bedroom in my house. But I think every writing room should have a chandelier. I believe that. This is my chair with my favourite new cushion. So this is the view from my window, the wonderful Eiffel Tower. It's not. It's a print that I have on my wall. I actually got this while I was researching When I Fall in Love, because I set it in Paris, and I found this amazing Parisian photographer on Etsy who takes these stunning photos. And so I had that as inspiration, and it stayed on the wall because I just love the picture so much. So here I am sitting at my desk. You can see out to the garden beyond. Excuse the mess. There's always mess. I think if you're a writer, you have to have mess. It's sort of par for the course. So let me show you what it's like to sit at my desk. Here we are. Let's have a look. Whoa, there we go. That's my screen and my sparkly lights. This is a montage of photos that I put together when I was looking for where B works in I'll Take New York. B, James, who's the main female character, runs a bookstore. And so I wanted to see what a bookstore in Brooklyn would look like. And I found this bookstore when I started doing my research. It's called Powerhouse on 8th. And so that's actually what B's bookstore is based on. And so what I did was put this picture together, and that was on the front of my planning notes, so that I always had a visual reference to really think of what the bookstore looked like. So you can see, if I just zoom in a little bit, it's kind of really funky. There's exposed brickwork. It looks quite sort of industrial. I like the fact that people were sort of hanging out there in hoodies. We sort of big squashy sofas and bean bags and stuff in Hudson River Books, which is B's bookstore. But that really helps when I'm putting it together, because it gives me an idea of what it actually looks like. So over here is my bookcase. There's me on the bookcase. On the top shelf there's a whole load of old books, and I am a real fiend for going into sort of second-hand bookshops and car boot sales and rescuing books. I have all sorts of lovely books on there that are just really, really special. And the frame, at the moment, that has a vision board on it, which is kind of trying to plan where I'm going to go in the next year and the kind of things that I want to see happening with my writing, the sort of things I want to talk about. But also in that frame, I'll put pictures of things that inspire me when I'm writing the book, so that I have a visual aid. I'm quite visual when I write. So I hope you've enjoyed this little tour around my writing room, or the third of the room that I use for writing, and it's given you a bit of an insight into where I work. Thanks for watching. Bye.